Before we get started with today's video, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Hey, what is up everybody? Sierra here, back for another great Division 2 video for you guys. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Year 5 Season 1 of the Division 2, and also give you guys a heads up on the weapons that they've brought and so on. But as always, let's go ahead and talk about the season in general, and then we'll work our way up. So first things first is the season has been available for the last 3 weeks now. So 25 days it's been going on, and it's since its release and everything. There's already been the first target available for the Manhunt. I'll talk about that later on in the video. Also, the John League, which is the league play, Guardians, the new targets and everything is currently up, which is where you have to save Eva Garcia. And then there's also the Eva League and the Escalation Apparel event going on currently. So you have 2 weeks to get everything done and stuff, so it's really not that hard. The upcoming events is the Hollywood League, Lauren League, Polarity Switch, etc., all the way to 6 weeks when the Golden Bullet will be available again, and I really do enjoy the Golden Bullet a lot. Next thing we're going to talk about is the season rewards. So at level 95 you get exotic caches. Level 90, you also get the St. Elmo's Engine exotic. You also get the Shocker Punch exotic holster at 85. And I gotta say, they really did bring us some pretty good stuff. We don't get a lot of weapons and stuff that has to do with shock at all. We don't even get anything that has to do with shock status effect much. But I'm pretty excited to get started with some builds and everything. And as always, at level 100, you also get the Broken Wings patch. So let's move on to the weapons. Okay guys, so the first weapon I'm going to be showing you guys is the Cabaret. Now, the Cabaret has a talent called Perfect Thunderstrike, where it deals 40% extra damage to shot targets. Now, this is the named MP5 variant. It's actually really good, especially if you're killing enemies and stuff. It melts the armor off of them pretty quickly. But if you shoot them with the St. Elmo's Fire engine, for example, I don't know why I keep calling it St. Elmo's Fire, but St. Elmo's engine is basically where, like, if you shoot the enemy with a shock bullet, then basically it causes extra damage to a shock target. So this weapon is pretty good because of its RPM. The magazine's 52. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I think it's a pretty good little SMG. Next weapon I'm going to show you guys is called the Big Show. Now, this is a named MGS slot machine gun, and this has the same talent that also deals 40% extra damage to shock targets, just like the Cabaret has, and it has the talent Perfect Thunderstrike. But what makes this LMG so good is that the rate of fire on it, I mean, it will melt the armor off of enemies. Like, I mean, I love using this LMG. I think the MGS is my favorite LMG, but the only thing I don't like about it is the magazine going down so fast. I mean, at least make it to where the clip is much more bigger. But other than that, putting on an extended clip raises it to at least 85, but I'm not complaining about it. I still think it's a good LMG to use in the game. And if you do like using LMGs, this one is definitely a good pick, especially if you're running Striker, Negotiators, and stuff like that. The next weapon is a brand new AR, and I'm so excited to show this to you guys. This is the St. Elmo's engine, and it kind of looks like a new version of the Eagle Bear, but with shocking results on it. And this gun shreds. I mean, it really does shred, and I like how this gun shoots and everything. I mean, when you zoom in, the zoom in feature is really cool. I mean, I felt actually comfortable using this weapon the first day I got it. It took me a little while to adjust to it, but other than that, I mean, I was so excited to get this weapon when I hit 90. So as you guys know, you guys probably don't know this, but I'm running 5 directives in gameplay, and you can run out of ammo easily if you're not careful. But this weapon actually has a talent called Actum Est. I think that's what it says, yeah. Shooting an enemy with this weapon will give 1 stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be filled with shock ammo. Okay, so when you're shooting an enemy, it gives 1 stack, and if you keep like killing the enemy and stuff and you reach 100, it will give you like multiple, like, I think it's where you shoot the bullets and stuff and then they will kill them with stack. I don't know how it works. But anyway, here we go to the brand new brand set. This is called Electrique, and this has to do with status effects, shock resistance, and SMG damage. So you can use this with a cabaret. And status effects, and of course I wouldn't run Unbreakable with this chest piece at all, because I'd rather put on something that has to do with status effects like Wicked, for example. I would run Wicked with this chest piece. But one of my favorite parts about it is that you can run shock, skill, and of course the cabaret or LMG, whatever it is you want to choose. It's pretty good in my opinion. The next piece I'm going to talk about is called the Cavalier, and it's a gear set. A brand new gear set for this season. So it has hazard protection, repair skills, and of course it has a talent called charging. So for each second spin out of cover during combat, combat agents will get 5% reduced incoming skill damage, maximized to 50%. While full charge gained immunity to any movement, speed debuff, share this with all of your agents, hazard protection, skill damage. I mean, it's not really a good one, but at least I would recommend trying it out. Next part we're going to talk about is called the Shocker Punch. Now, this right here is what I was telling you that you could get at level 85 in the season. The Shocker Punch is a holster that if you equip the St. Elmo's engine and whatever else that you want to equip with, also the holster itself and stuff like that, I think it adds more of a status effect to like your weapons and stuff, and it also adds extra damage and extra shock damage and stuff like that. But one thing I really do like about it is that if you use a shield, it raises your shield damage to 100%, and it also it does like some added percentage to like your weapons, your movements. It also does but the bad news is it has a 5% second cooldown. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, 15-second cooldown or 5 I think it says 15 seconds. But yeah, 15-second cooldown. Ignore me, guys. I got a little problem with my eyes. But yeah, 15-second cooldown after that. But yeah, if you equip 3 items, it would add a little bonus to your stuff and everything. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the League play next. So currently going on right now is the Eva League. Now, there are 4 missions that you have to do for a time trial. Now, the time trial usually depends on what missions that are going to happen at. So the only way to know where the missions hit is by either going into your seasons menu or by going onto your map, and you'll see the missions, and it will have a little blue trophy icon right next to it. And you can also hit triangle over it, and it will show a little black trophy icon next to the difficulty. And the challenging, it will either be hard or challenging difficulty that these time trials will be in. So let me show you guys an example of this. So I'm playing Federal Emergency Bunker for this. And I've already done all my stuff for this week, but I figured why not do this again to show you guys an example. But anyway, so when you're doing a time trial or the league play stuff, you are timed, and right where it says target time is the target time. You got to complete it before the target time, because what will happen is if you don't reach the target time, it will show like a little warning in red and stuff like that, and it will say that you're running out of time. And if you do run out of time and you don't make the target time, like 18 minutes for example for this, then you'll go down at least a rank. So instead of being ranked 10 on this, you'll be ranked 9, and then it will keep going down and stuff until you actually, get it complete and stuff like that. I mean, not all missions, you'll be able to complete them like in target time if you're doing it by yourself. But just take your time and don't worry if you're having a little trouble with a certain mission. If you're dying and stuff like that, just don't worry about nothing. But from time to time, do restock if you're running out of ammo like I was. It will take a little time off, but hey, it's worth it. So, as you guys can see here, I moved on. I don't collect any loot at all because, as I always say, I want to get the time and stuff like that. And, of course, eliminating the enemies as fast as possible is necessary because, believe me, everybody knows that when you're doing this whole entire, time trial, you gotta make time. So, I ended up completing this area in about maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. And I was already in the 2-minute mark. Well, it actually took me a minute because I was using Striker for this. And using Striker actually makes these time trials much more easy because of the increased rate of fire for all your weapons and stuff. So, I was using my St. Elmo's Fire on this with the Striker, and I gotta say, it really does do a lot of good and stuff. So, I will be making a build video eventually on the St. Elmo's engine, so stay tuned for that. But, of course, right now, I'm trying to get another St. Elmo's engine, but right now, I'm not entirely there yet. But anyway, back to the Evaleague. So, as you guys know, I'm killing all the enemies, and then that's pretty much all you have to do. You just replay the mission on the difficulty that's required. For Federal Emergency Bunker, it was on hard difficulty, and it's not really that hard anyways. So, yeah, killing all these enemies was really easy. So I ended up getting my objectives done, going with the flow, taking my time, and I eventually made it there. And as always, I end up going to the wrong door every time I'm doing this mission, and it's always the double doors you have to go through. So I ended up making a boo-boo on that and just went all the way to the double doors and went through it. So the next area I had to go to was the area where these suicide bombers come out of, and those things, they kind of give me the creeps sometimes. Like, they'll run towards you and then they'll explode and everything. So yeah, killing these guys is a cinch. They'll just come right through the door, and that's it. You just shoot them once in the yellow beam, they're dead, done. So yeah, I'm just trying to make time. I was trying to make time and stuff like that. I originally was doing this mission again to see if I can beat my original time, which was 13 minutes 11 seconds. But I didn't exactly make it this playthrough because I beat it in 13 minutes 58 seconds. So I wasn't really worried. I mean, I already had this mission done for this week, so oh well. Alright, so yeah, eventually I'll be flash forwarding this towards the end of the mission. So if you guys want to know some things, about the rest of this, well, I'm just going to say it does get easier. I mean, yeah, doing this time trial thing really isn't that bad. The only thing I don't like doing is the ones in New York, because those take a long time and they are quite difficult to get the time trial target time done, because those missions in New York takes a long time. I mean, like, literally. They take longer to complete and stuff like that. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, that's basically all I gotta say about that, guys. So, after this part right here, I think it flash forwards to the end. I didn't want you to watch the whole gameplay. I wanted to flash forward it about maybe 2 minutes, because, I wanted to make this gameplay a little short, but this is what the league play looks like. And it only happens if a season's going on, and usually it happens every once in a while, sometimes every week, but of course it depends if there's a global event or what. And sometimes global events with league play will happen together, so it is fun. So yeah. So as I said, I flash forwarded to the end, and this is where you have to rescue Maya Walsh. And then there's a bunch of enemies and stuff that comes up there and to the left and everything. And I gotta say one thing though, this area does get a little crazy, but I do enjoy playing this mission a lot. And it's even a good place to farm, because I've gotten a lot of exotics from this mission. And that's my favorite thing about it is I like replaying the mission sometimes, and if I find a good loot and stuff like that, then that's where I can find, I can get exotics from there, even though it takes me like a bunch of tries and stuff like that to get most of it, but yeah, that's farming for you. So yeah, after defeating these enemies, this big guy comes up towards those double doors there. He starts pounding on the glass with his sledgehammer. But of course, I was trying to decide on, you know, I was trying to decide on whether to switch weapons for this or not, but I still stuck with the St. Elmo's engine. And then when I finally, like lately, things with these missions hasn't been going good for me. Like I've been playing for a while, for like 3 days now, and I've ran into a lot of glitches in the game. And some of the missions has been glitching out on me, like the enemies don't spawn in right or anything, and that's kind of agitating, and I don't know what's going on. I've already had one mission really glitch out on me, and you'll see later what mission I'm talking about. But anyway, killing these enemies, and then that big guy comes in, I kill him, and then that's it, and then the mission's all done. But yeah, it's, this mission is just, it's really fun to play, and if it has good loot, then yeah, I really do recommend farming on this one. Really awesome mission, really easy. Well, maybe not easy to you guys that are starting out, but if you are starting out on the division and you get Warlords of New York, just take your time through it. But it will take you 3 hours to complete Warlords of New York, so it's really not a big deal or anything. But just as long as you take your time through it, then you'll be just fine. But if you're just starting off and you reach level 40, however, go ahead and get started with this league stuff, because the week 1 of this league will end on Tuesday, and then the second week will start. So you better get your target times done and everything before it ends. So, alright, so finally I got everything done on this, and then I hit the switch, and then I was finished. So this is an example of what the league play is, and it is really fun. But here's the next thing I want to show you guys really quick before we end this part, is the league play stuff. So Pentagon, Federal Emergency Bank, Bank Headquarters, and Pathway Park are Bunker, Federal Emergency Bunker, Bank Headquarters, Pathway Park, and the Pentagon are the ones that you have to do the missions. Here are the rewards for them that you get for the medals and everything that you accomplish the target time. So you will get caches, and then you'll get a little backpack trophy if you reach number tier 10. And I've already gotten so many different trophies for my backpack. I don't know how to count them, but believe me, this one is a little microphone that represents the Evo League. And yeah, so this is what it all is the, you just reach the target time, and the target time's usually all the way on the bottom. So 18 minutes for Federal Emergency Bunker, but it can go, like, if you don't reach 18 minutes, 20 minutes, it will go to number 9, then it will go all the way to number 1 if you don't beat it in an hour. So you guys get the point of how this works now. So let's move on to the next part, and I'm excited about this, which is the Manhunt. Well, I'm not excited about this because this season I'm not excited about it at all because of the patch that you get. So the first guy that I rescued was John Yazzie, or Yazzle, yeah, whatever his last name is. But anyway, I rescued him when the season started. All you gotta do is do 2 capture points that it's required, 2 bounties, and then you do the main mission, and that's it. Eva Garcia, you gotta do 2 capture points, 2 bounties, and you also have to do Viewpoint Museum, and that was really easy, by the way. And I'm going to show you guys a little gameplay. Now, Viewpoint Museum was the mission that I had a bunch of glitches coming up on me. The enemies weren't spawning in the middle part of the mission, and it happened to me 3 times. So be aware of that if that happens to you. But anyway, that's what the bounty is for this week, is Eva Garcia. She's the one that you have to rescue next. And then afterwards will be Lauren Fong, and then Mitchell Billings, whatever. And then the last part is Marie Singh. And if you rescue her, you get a patch. You get a patch for a reward. And I don't like that. I really don't like the patch. I mean, I like dolphins as much as the next guy or next person, but I don't like the reward that you get from rescuing her. I thought that you could get like an exotic or a cash or something. I mean, I'm disappointed in the reward for this, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. I'm really disappointed in it overall. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of gameplay of Viewpoint Museum and what you do after you do the bounty itself. So the mission is quite easy. I mean, it was easy for me. Because when I started off on Viewpoint Museum, it took me 3 tries to get through this mission because it was really glitching out on me. The enemies weren't spawning. When I hit the middle part of the mission, however, I was so close to the end, and unfortunately, it wasn't letting me, it wasn't, bringing up any enemies or anything, like through a door or anything. The doors were supposed to open for me to reach the next area, but unfortunately, when I eliminated all the enemies, the door was still closed and I wasn't able to get to the next area. So that's what happened, and so yeah. So just be aware that if you guys do the bounty and do the manhunt stuff, sometimes it can go glitched out. So, when I started off on this part right here, I eliminated all the enemies, and then I had to make my way inside the building. And it was quite easy because enemies were coming up the left side, some people were coming out through a door on the far end. But also be aware right here, there will be some enemies, and this mission is totally different. Like, if you're doing a Black Tusk mission, or you're doing just a regular mission on this one. Enemies do not spawn in this part, but they do for this bounty, so watch out for that. The next area will have enemies too, and it's like right here. So stay in cover, and some of the enemies will come running towards you. So yeah, be sure to stay in cover because they do have shotguns. They can shoot you down rather easily. So, taking my time through this and getting through this area, that's all that mattered to me. I just wanted to get this area over with, to be honest. So, I just went straight on, and, I don't know. I didn't expect this, like the enemies popping in this area or the other area. I just thought it was like a regular, like, mission and stuff like that, but bounty missions are different than regular missions. And if you guys are currently running 5 directives on, including ammo hoarders, be sure to stay stocked under the record because you will run out of ammo easily. So this part was kind of confusing to me because the enemies weren't spawning in for me, and then it was quite a little bit of a delay, and then eventually a enemy popped in that area, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this area is glitching out a little bit, so that tells me that something's going to happen in this playthrough, and to be honest, I was kind of worried, and I did not see that enemy come up towards me. He kept trying to shoot me with the shotgun, and he also tried to shoot my revolver down as well, but I wasn't going to allow him to do that. So he goes to the left and stuff like that. I end up shooting him. So after I shoot all these enemies in this area, I was kind of like worried that this mission was going to get glitched up again. So I had to be careful and hope for the best and stuff. And after I eliminated all the enemies in this area, the doors opened up at the far left over there. So I went through them and I was ready for the next area. And all I wanted to do was just get this mission over with. Um, it's not really that hard and everything, but uh, I was getting quite annoyed with the whole glitching up on me thing. And so, yeah, it took me about 4, maybe 5 tries to get everything done. And, ooh, okay, I got an escalation apparel cache key. So that's an example. Every 4 levels, you will get a cache key to open up for the apparel event that's going on right now. So be aware of that too. So right after I killed all the enemies, I was able to go through those doors right over here next to the stairs. And then, of course, as always, I had to restock my ammo. And I had to make sure to, just keep my ammo stocked and not reload my weapon before it hits like 0 in the clip, because it does waste more ammo because of ammo hoarders. So this area right here, there are 3 areas to this, and also watch out for the enemies. They will run towards you with a shotgun, as what I said, like this one is. So the third area to this glitched out on me 3 times. As I mentioned before, this mission has glitched out on me, and I don't like the fact that it did that. Um, the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because I'm warning you guys that this mission can get glitchy at times, but if it does, just restart it over and then go from there. So, next part, I was able to move up. I was unsure of where to go because the double doors weren't opened at first, but then it kind of glitched and it opened up again. So I was able to move to this area. Now this area right here was one that glitched up on me, and the enemies weren't like coming out of the doors. Like they were supposed to come out of doors upstairs, and unfortunately, I killed most of the enemies in this area, but then there were supposed to be more enemies coming through the doors, and they ended up not coming through the doors. So I wasn't able to move on to the next area, and I was really close to beating this level. But I was really glad that nothing happened, but I was kind of worried in some parts because there was a bit of a delay going on in this mission, so I had to be careful whatsoever and stuff. So after eliminating enemies in this area, I think you take the elevator up to get to um, the television broadcasting studio or something like that. There is an area like that, and that's where you'll go up against the Lieutenant Thompson. So you'll go against Lieutenant Thompson, and then you'll have Eva Garcia saved. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen and stuff. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave for a couple of seconds, let you guys watch the gameplay, and then go from there. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that gameplay of the Manhunt mission where you have to save Eva Garcia. So after you defeat Lieutenant Thompson, it will show that she's been rescued. The next part that you have to do is you need to go to the castle settlement. The castle settlement is where you have to go and stuff. And go talk to Eva Garcia. She'll thank you personally for rescuing her. And so that's what's going to happen and stuff. That's the best part about this. About doing this is you rescue people that's been captured and stuff, division agents from the settlement who's been kidnapped and stuff, And so, yeah. So when you hit the castle settlement, you just run up to the marker where you see it. You go up and talk to her, and it takes about, I literally, it was about a minute. She was talking to me. She said, "Thank you so much for rescuing me," and all that stuff. And so yeah, that's the Manhunt stuff right there. So every single week or so, there will be like a new Manhunt target. But I'm not. I am saying that I don't like the reward for this, but I'll still do it anyway because I like doing these Manhunt targets. So. The next thing we're going to talk about is Descent mode. Now, this is a brand new game mode, and I'm going to show you guys how you do it. So, when you hit the Descent mode, you'll be in the lobby where you start the simulation. First thing I want to show you guys is the lobby shop. Now, the lobby shop, every loop you'll be able to access the lobby again. You'll be able to buy ammo capacity, armor kits, capacity, offensive, defensive, utility talent slots, and all that. You can buy extra slots for weapons and also talents and stuff like that. But they do cost points, so I'll explain what the points things is in just a minute. But the first thing we're going to talk about is, of course, your first weapon and your skill. So, your weapons that you choose, the weapons that you get basically are randomized. So I chose the Vector, which I kind of made a bad choice during this. And then I chose the Shock Trap as my skill. So that's what I did for my weapon and my skill first off. And the next thing I want to talk about is this part right here. So as you guys see here, there are 3 doors, and each one of them has arrows on them. So the arrows pointing down, like one arrow pointing down means that it's easy mode. 2 arrows pointing down means that it's a medium difficulty door. And 3 arrows pointing down with a star means that it's a hard difficulty. So you're probably wondering, what does these colors on here mean? Well, the colors on each door represents a talent, like an offensive talent, a defensive talent, or a utility talent. So the red talent is like the weapon talents. The blue talents are for like the armor talents. Yellow is of course, utility talents. And of course, after you choose a door that you want to do, you'll also get currency, which you can use to either buy extra ammo or refill your ammo and all that stuff. But of course, Descent mode isn't just about points, getting kills, and all that. It's also about getting all the way to 100% to go up against the nemesis. Now, I do recommend that you have 2 or 3 other people with you, because this can get a lot more harder than you think. Because the nemesis, when you go up against them, believe me, you're going to need a lot of backup when possible. And of course, Descent mode is where you basically start from scratch, and you're just a regular agent You don't have no weapons, you don't have no skills, you don't have like your outfit that you wear in the game and stuff like that. You're just an agent starting off brand new, and you of course get your first weapon and skills. You get a bunch of talents that you can choose from and stuff like that. So for example here, there are 3 talents you can choose from. So they will be randomized. You don't know what kind of talent you're going to get. But you can re-roll the talent to get new talents, and it will, well, they may be good, they may be bad. But as you guys see here, I got some pretty bad ones. So I decided to re-roll my talent, which made it a little easy, but some of them has to do with like certain talents. And of course, re-rolling your talents basically means you have to spend your currency that you earn from doing the doors to, of course, here and everything. So I had to pick Strained because that was the only one that looked good to me. So that's what I did. And as you guys can see here, there are 6 slots. And you can unlock the additional slots by spending a certain amount of currency at the lobby shop. So you can unlock additional slots to add more talents to yourself. So as I said, I chose Strained, which is an offensive talent. Now, after you do a certain amount of doors and stuff, then you choose your exotic talent. Now, the talents, there's the Bullet King talent, which gives you where it will make your gun shoot just like the Bullet King. That's my favorite right there under the record. And there's also the Pestilence talent. There's also the Lady Death. There's the Backfire. You know, all the weapons that are in the game, it will have, you can choose from those talents. You can also re-roll the talents if you don't like them, and so on. So, another thing I want to mention is that each of these doors, like in the second loop or third loop, or whatever, I don't know when it will start, but each one of these doors will have a bonus to them, which isn't a good thing, because some of them can be poison gas in the area, or it can also be like, I don't know, fire or something like that in the area. I don't know, it could be something like that, but be aware of the warning signs over the doors if you go into that area, and choose wisely on what door that you go with, because believe me, you can fail this pretty simply. So the more that you survive, the bigger rewards that you get. You can get exotic caches, recalibration caches. You can get, I don't know, some of the caches in this mode is pretty bad, but the only thing I really care about is the exotic, and that's pretty much it. But in a loop, like I'm in loop 1 right now in this mode, you also get access to a shop where you can refill your ammo, your armor kits, and so on. But unfortunately, I had 350 credits, and I needed ammo for, of course, my weapon, but it wouldn't let me get it. And I made a mistake choosing assault rifle ammo right when I should have chosen SMG ammo. And of course, I had bad talents for my second choice, and I re-rolled it again, I think. And I just chose what I could choose. I didn't want to spend all my credits on just re-rolling talents. So, again, making a choice of what door to go with, I mean, it basically depends if you want to go hard or if you want to go easy or medium. But the choice is up to you in this mode. I mean, it's not really that hard to get into, but it is pretty a grind. It is a grind. I mean, it kind of is like survival from the Division, but it's a little bit more complex to me. And of course, I do like playing this mode from time to time to test myself. But I don't know. I don't play this mode that much because most of the time I'm by myself and everything, and hardly any of my friends likes to play this mode that much. But I do have a friend who's highly skilled in this mode and everything. So, one of the things to mention is if you die during the descent mode, the whole simulation ends. They call descent mode a simulation. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. I mean, otherwise, I don't know, everybody just calls it descent mode. So, yeah, basically descent mode is a simulation where you're a brand new agent starting off and everything, and you test yourself and all that stuff. I mean, I think I get the point. At first I didn't, but I kind of get the point of this mode. But I don't know. The only highest loop I've ever landed on was 5. And it does get a little bit crazier the more that you advance, but otherwise it does get a little fun. But as always, I'm just showing you guys an example of this game mode, and I end up dying at the end. So I did that on purpose because I just wanted to end this simulation just to show you guys what this is all about. So that's pretty much all I did. So yeah, you choose up to like three talents at first, and then you do the arena and stuff like that. So usually if there's not a door that you choose, you go to the arena. So this part right here, I was only able to choose the medium door because the other 2 doors were hard difficulty. So I went with the medium door, and if you see a door that looks just like that, that's where the enemies come through. So each area will have a door that has those little squares right on the door in red. So that's where the enemies will come in. So I was like right next to it, so I figured why not shoot them when they come in. And as always, almost ended up dead right there because of that stupid rocket launcher dude right there. So I had to eliminate him and stuff. But my advice to you guys, please do not choose the Vector as your first weapon. Believe me, you will thank me later. This weapon only had 19 bullets in the gun, and I was wasting a lot of ammo pretty quickly from using this weapon. So I had to switch to my pistol on this, on the remainder of this area right here, and eliminate the last 2 enemies with my pistol because my ammo was running out. And of course, as always, I had to see what kind of talents I could get, and none of these were sticking to me right here. So, as always, I had to roll my talent, and I ended up getting one that seemed interesting, which was Allegro. So I chose Allegro because Allegro is basically rate of fire that goes up by 7%. And then I was able to go to the next part, which was the arena. Now, the arena, you can see there's a skull right next to the door. You get 700 currency, and you get NSA tech of 10. So right after you do the descent mode, you can go straight to the castle settlement. And you can also you can start descent from there. There's like a door that you can go through there. And right next there, you can also buy there's like a vendor that you can spend your credits on and stuff like that. But some of the items you're going to need to save a lot of them, because believe me, some of them are pretty expensive. They go for like maybe 200 credits. Some of them can go up to, I think, 1400 or something like that. But yeah, this was the area right here I was having a little trouble with, because my ammo and my gun only had 9 bullets, so I had to stick with my pistol. There's no restock in this game mode under the record. So the only way that you can actually get your ammo back and stuff is those not lobby shops, but I think they're called in-game shops or something like that, or they're called game mode shops. I'm just gonna go with it. But you can have your ammo refilled from there by spending some of your currency and stuff. But yeah, this part right here, I had a little trouble on, and all I wanted to do was just say, I want this over. And of course, each of the arenas has a named boss in them. So you're going to have to make a really careful move if you want them dead, because believe me, they can get, some of them can be like really hard enemies, some of them can be easy enemies. But my favorite kinds of bosses is the ones that usually has a weakness on their side or a weakness on their back, and they're pretty easy to kill from there. And that was my favorite part about that. Usually when I'm doing this game mode, I usually get enemies that has a weakness on their back and everything. So I ended up failing this. But as I said, I just wanted to show you guys an example of this. But I was really glad this was over. So in the end, after simulation was finished, I was just so glad it was over and stuff. And of course, I would recommend having other people with you. So the end results of this video, I just want to let you guys know some things. I love the year 5 overall. I mean, I love the update where we had new weapons, new gear sets, everything. But the only complaint I have is the Manhunt rewards. That's really lacking a lot right there. I really don't like the patch that you get from completing this Manhunt. I mean, I'm pretty glad that Ubisoft decided to like give everybody a break from killing rogues and just give everybody a chance to rescue division agents and all that stuff. But I am very disappointed in the reward for that. I mean, I was kind of hoping for like another St. Elmo's engine or another exotic, basically. Just another exotic. Exotic cash or something. But instead we get a dolphin patch. But overall, I love the whole entire season. I love that they have brought this to us, and I'm really happy that Ubisoft has for years brought us some really good content. Ever since Division 1 and stuff, I've really been impressed with some of the DLC updates that they have brought to the Division, but there are some things that well, of course I have been disappointed in, but otherwise, Ubisoft has done a really great job, and I'm really glad to be a Division agent. I've been a Division agent since 2016, and I really love Division and Tom Clancy games altogether. So yeah, I'm really proud to be to have this game. I'm really glad to be making videos for you guys because I want you guys to enjoy my content. I don't want you to be stressed or anything like that. I simply want to make videos so that way you guys can have an easy ride and enjoy your experience like I have. And eventually, I'm going to be bringing out some more videos. If you guys want to see some additional content and stuff, if you guys want to see more build videos on the St. Elmo's engine, if you want to see a build video on the Electric or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I will bring out a video very, very soon. But until then, you guys, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe to my channel, and check out some of my other content. If you have any requests for a build video, just let me know in the comments or message me on my Twitter, which I will link in the description. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Peace out.